And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster. Touching base with you as I always do. It is Motivation Monday. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well. And this is an amazing day. Amazing day. The weather's beautiful here in Charlotte. I got a chance to have a great weekend. So we'll talk about that. But how are you guys doing? How was your weekend? And I had a great time roaming around Charlotte. And guess who I got to hang out with? I got to hang out with our Fifi. I got to hang out with our Fifi this it was Saturday. Yes, Saturday we hung out and we had a great time. She was my escort through the streets of Charlotte, and I'm so used to calling downtown places like city areas downtown, but here in Charlotte it's called Uptown. And so we hung out in Uptown, went to a couple of different. I photographed this architecture, lots of beautiful architecture here in Charlotte. So I was able to do that. We end up running into this gentleman who saw us photographing. He and Fifi, they became buddies, and he ended up giving her his information, and it was just really good just to hang out in the streets of Charlotte, walking around, looking at the people, connecting with folks, and just having a good day. And then after that, we went to our wonderful Cajun Queen. For all those people that live here in North Carolina, the Cajun Queen is the spot. If you love Louisiana food, this food is better, if I must say. I've been to Louisiana a couple of times, several times. This food is better than pretty much anything I've had in Louisiana, which is a shocker. And so anyway, if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the likes. I'm gonna bring in our Instagrammers in here, but before I bring in the Instagrammers, let me see what you guys are saying. And let me get this sorry, let me change that. Let me change that up there. Okay, cool beans. I'm just waiting for something to load. Okay. And so what are you guys up to? How are you doing? Let's see. Let's get some greetings in first here. Let's get some greetings in, and we can tell our wonderful Hannah is in the building. She stopped in. She said, "Look, good morning, Ron and Touch Base Daily family. I will be in and out of the chat this morning. I fell and broke my wrist this past weekend. Went to urgent care, and I am scheduled to see an orthopedic doctor today." Hannah, our prayers are with you. Oh my gosh. Speedy recovery. There's not I've sprained my wrist skiing. There's nothing worse. That feeling, that pain. I mean, there's a lot of pains, but that is one of the worst pains. To this day, I still feel the pain when the weather's wrong. So sorry to hear that, Hannah. Speedy recovery, y'all. Speedy recovery. Keep Hannah in your prayers. And then I see over here, Omar Ramos is in the building with the silver. He says, "Good morning, people. Happy Thanksgiving week." It is Thanksgiving week, y'all. It is Thanksgiving week. Wait, look who's here for the bronze. Janet. Janet is in the top 3 today. Greetings, Touch Base World. So good to see Janet in the building. And we also have wonderful Adrian. He says, "Morning." Jazzy Jazz says, "Good morning, beautiful people." And again, if you're in the building, make sure you hit the like so people know you're here. And I see someone says, "I welcome you." Nice. And this is Matt Vay. Matt Vay says, "I welcome you." Nice. And Shirley says, "Good morning, everyone." Good morning, everyone. Omar says, "He is still editing my life away." That is why you get paid the big bucks, sir. And this is Jazzy says, I've been to Cajun Queen in Charlotte. It's good. Yes, baby. It is so good. I went twice. I went when I first arrived, and then I went with Fifi. I may not do. I'm gonna try not to do it another time while I'm here, but it is really good food, and I go for the fried oysters and also the salmon. The salmon is so good. Oh, and Matt Day is. Yeah, I'm from Russia. Welcome, Russia. Russia is in the building. Nice to see you all the way from Russia. Omar says, "Oh no, Hannah, please get well." And um, and Matt says, Matt Vay says, it is a great honor for me to talk with an American. Well, you got a bunch of Americans right here in a community right here for you. And Jazzy says, hold on a second. Jazzy says, Hannah, I hope you get better soon. And Janice says the same over here. She says, oh my gosh, Hannah. So we are praying for Hannah. We are in your corner, Hannah. I know, like I said, I know the pain. I remember when I sprained my wrist, and they say a spring is worse than a broken. So they said it's better to just break it. And I remember skiing, and I was going down the slopes, and my skis I went flying into the air. My pole dug into the ground, my wrist snapped, and it was very bad. So I know that feeling, a speedy recovery on the wrist, because it is painful, especially if it's on the hand, your dominant hand. And for me, it was my right hand. So I had to learn how to use my left hand and write with my left hand. It was crazy. And the, Jenny says, "Does Cajun Queen FedEx to the Northeast?" Let me tell you, they should. Let me tell you, they should, because the food is so good. It is so good. I love the Cajun Queen, and I've been to several restaurants here in the Charlotte area. To be exact, I've been to probably about 10 of them. And so yesterday I was writing my journal. So thanks to you guys, I am also getting in the habit of writing. I'm documenting this whole journey. So I spent time yesterday writing my journal for this trip, and it has been, it was very reflective. I enjoyed writing. So I'm, because of you guys, I write more than I've ever have written probably since college, and I write a lot because I'm writing for these shows. Also, we have Motivation Monday, all that good stuff. Speaking of Motivation Monday, today's Motivation Monday, let me just share with you what we're going to be talking about today. Today's Motivation Monday is Dip into Your Soul Motivation Monday. So dip into your soul. So we're going to be talking about that today on our Motivation Monday. So that's to encourage you this week. And so that's going to be the topic we talk about today. And let me pop that off the screen. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'm back. And well, yeah. So I wrote, about my time here, the 2 weeks. Can you believe it's been 2 full weeks I've been here? This is my last half week. I leave Thanksgiving morning, and then I'll be in Puerto Rico, and then I'll be sharing some great stuff from Puerto Rico. I'm going to be trying to get some more of the images from this week, some of the restaurants, Winter's birthday, all the things that we did over the last 2.5 weeks has been absolutely special and wonderful here in Charlotte. And but most of all, Saturday's time with Fifi was definitely awesome, and I got to spend time with her grandson as well. And believe it or not, today, if things had worked out, I would have left with Fifi yesterday to go on her truck route, but that did not happen. So I'm going to have to come back to North Carolina and plan my vacation time, or I should say my time here in North Carolina and Charlotte, around Fifi's truck route. And so I welcome the longer truck route. So she's on the road right now, and she's going to be away for the week. And so I said, I can't. And her arrival back into town was just on the edge of my time leaving for Puerto Rico. So we couldn't make that happen this time around. But I am going to do a documentary on Fifi as being a truck driver. and a female truck driver, and the pros and cons. And so I'll be doing a photo journal of her next time I'm here in town. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be excellent. Omar says, aren't you on a permanent vacation? It feels like that, but I'm working. I have been working I got the flamingo calendar done. I'm still finishing off the new elephant calendar. So those should be on the market this week, hopefully by Friday for our Black Friday. Even though we're not shopping big boxes, but we are shopping for small businesses. So if you guys are interested in calendars, those are the two calendars I'll have: is flamingos from Namibia and my elephants from Botswana and South Africa. So I'll be having those out. And I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys. Okay, let's see who else is in the room. I see Jazzy. Those are hey Grand Rising Ron and everyone. Touch Base Daily. She's in the building. And Bryson is in the building. He says, what's up, Ron? What's up, everybody? Happy Victory Monday. Hope y'all ready for Thanksgiving weekend. How many of you are off on Friday? That's a good question. How many are off on Friday? Just so you also know, there will be no Touch Base Daily on Thanksgiving or Friday. So we'll be back on the following Monday. And, the Tuesday, because Monday I will be flying. I'll be in the air. And, maybe I might be able to go live from Puerto Rico. We'll see. But I know definitely for Thanksgiving, we are taking the time off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I might pop on because I'm in Puerto Rico just to share something that may be going on, that if something happens there. Okay, so Puerto Rico is Thursday, and so I'm excited about it. And I see Kelly A is in the building. Wait, first of all, Kimmy is in the building. She says, good morning. Good morning. Again, if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes. And I see Kelly. Kelly A is in the building. She says, good morning, everyone. So also what I had a chance to do is I finally told you, I finally got a chance to see Wicked. I finally got to see the movie Wicked. And what a good movie. I have to tell you, it was really good. And I was in it. I was into the movie. The songs, like I said, the music was wonderful. The acting was wonderful. The dialogue was beautiful. I am caught up on my Wicked. However, Wicked 2, I do believe, did Wicked 2 start this weekend just passed? Or is it this weekend coming up? Anyway, then obviously, Nia and I, we all hung out and we watched the special they had for Wicked, where they had all the people, I guess, fans that would loved Wicked in the Hollywood theater, and they did a whole tribute to Wicked and what was coming, what was in, what was out. So it was really good. I had a wicked time. Wicked. Okay, let's see here. So also, we're going to talk some photography. We're going to do that in a little bit from obviously my favorite, the Associated Press. The Associated Press is how I also get some of my news that's obscure, that you do not see in mainstream media. But because it's the Associated Press, they're photographers. I love the Associated Press photographers. And hopefully when I'm away, I may have to connect with them and let them know I'll be based in Africa. So next year. So hopefully if they need a photographer in Africa, they'll give me a call and I can join the team of some kind and help with the Associated Press. I love them. I love what they stand for. I love their policies. And and I've known two photographers. They don't have that many Black photographers, but I would like to be one. If they do, they need one. So we'll see. I see here in the chat, good morning, everyone. I see me. Yes, the company is closed both days. Kelly says she's not working. She's off for both days. Nice. Oh, let me just, why is it not clicking on? There we go. She is closed for both days. Um, oh, my son is asking me, where are you flying to on Monday? Asking for a friend. I am flying back here. Sorry, back to you, sir. I'm flying back to you on technically Tuesday morning. I'll be doing the red eye. So I'm doing a red eye flight out of Puerto Rico. My flight is at 2 o'clock in the morning, believe it or not. So that way I can enjoy Monday. So I'll be roaming around Monday. Kind of like extended it. And but I got a flight and I'll be flying into Newark. So that'll be great. So I'll be in Newark Airlines. Adrian's like recommended that I use Newark. So I'm going to be using Newark to come back home. And so I'll be flying there. And let's see here. He says, where are you? Okay. Hey, Craig is in the building. What's up, Craig? Craig McFarlane is in the building. He says, hello, Ron. This is from the great LinkedIn. The LinkedIn followers are interacting. Okay, here we go. He says, Ron, good morning, all. Travelers' prayers from New York State, Central New York, the Southern Tier, Two Rivers, the Triple Cities, JC, Endicott, and Binghamton. Wow. Nice. Wow, Craig. Are you traveling all those places? Woo. That's amazing. I see here Jazzy says, I still haven't seen the first Wicked. One day, maybe I'll watch it. It is free to watch on, I think it's Peacock. We saw it on Peacock. Yes, on Peacock. You can see it for free. Also, I do believe you can see it for free on Amazon. So if you have an Amazon Prime, you can see it free there. Wicked. Okay. I'm sounding like Bryson, right? I'm sounding like Bryson. Okay. Now can we get the Instagrammers in here? You know what? I always forget. Once I start off, I don't get the Instagrammers in. Okay, we gotta get the Instagrammers in. Let me pop them in here. Okay, there we go. Nicely done. And always just a couple of little clicks there. And now they should be connecting also. Okay, there's the Instagrammers. The Instagrammers will be in the building in a second. Here we go. Come on, internet. Come on, internet. And the internet is just a little slow. There they go. Okay, now we got them. Now we captured the Instagrammers on the platform. Okay, there you have it. Okay, so let's see here. Jelly says, I haven't still got that. I got that. Hey, Kaz Lou is in the building. Miss Cassandra. She said, blessed and motivated Monday. And Bryson says, Jazzy, you gotta watch Wicked, the first one. Yes, it's really good. Kimmy Kim says, I saw some of Wicked and thought it was good. The friendship of Cynthia and our Ariana character was unexpected. The new one seems to have more of the original story with Oz. Yeah. And look who's in here, my co-host from last week, Dr. Tachi's in the building. She says, hello all. Hello. And she says, hello, vertical chat. Fifi's in the building. There she is. There's my partner in crime. And can I tell you, Fifi did her post on Instagram today or last night, and maybe it was this morning. And I had the opportunity to give her do some headshots, and we had some great lighting. So I was like, oh, this is a great opportunity to give photograph Fifi. So, but Fifi, y'all, she's been listening to our Tip Tuesdays. Our Tip Tuesdays, we do our Tip Tuesdays here. And Fifi was showing off. She was showing off. She was like, Ron, look at this capture. Ron, look at this capture. Ron, look at that capture. I was like, Fifi, you've been listening. Who else has been listening? My son. My son's been listening also. I see his great photos. I'm like, okay, Adrian, you got the photos. You're doing good. You're looking good. So people do listen to our Tuesdays. And speaking of Tip Tuesdays tomorrow we're going to talk about, I do believe Lisa was the one that mentioned this last week, so we're going to do it this week. And that is, how can you profit from your images on stock images? So now, stock images aren't like they used to be, where I remember I posted on my stock images, and one day I woke up and it was $300 in my account. And I was like, yes! It's not like that any longer. Now you get 50 cents here, 20 cents there, 30 cents there, maybe a dollar, maybe 50 cents. However, think about the accounts that have 1,000 photos in their stock image account with Getty Images or Adobe. Those 50 cents add up if you have a remarkable load of photos in stock images. So some of the subjects that we've been talking about here, like your abstract, you're taking pictures of small things, your pictures of light and shadows, with no, we'll talk about in depth tomorrow how you should take these photos. And but you could take your everyday photos and then put them onto your stock image account that everyone tomorrow is going to set up. We're going to do it together. We're going to set up your stock account. We're going to set up your Getty Images, and we're going to set up your Adobe tomorrow. We're going to try to do that tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to try to do that tomorrow and help you guys make a little couple of cents and dollars with the images you take in your everyday life. Why not post it, right? Why not? You took a beautiful picture. One was absolutely stunning. Put that picture into your stock image account. So we're going to do that tomorrow. And then hopefully that will help you get some money in your pockets over the long run. Let's see here. Oh, no, Hannah. Yeah, okay. Dr. Tachi just found out about Hannah. Adrian says, Wicked is amazing. Highly recommended. Looking forward to seeing the sequel. Oh, okay. And Bryson says, it's on Prime Video, Jazzy. Yeah, it's on Prime. We saw it on Peacock, but it's on Prime as well. Have only seen some trailers, Bryson. Well, y'all need to get on it. And I don't like, let me just rephrase that. I am not usually a fan of musicals. I don't really like musicals. You have to have a really good musical for me to be like, wow, that's good. Yeah. And Omar says the music is incredible. And those ladies, they can sing. Those ladies can sing. And Kimmy says, pics are at Felicia Batten 9721. Look at Kimmy shouting out Fifi's photography. I'm telling you, I was impressed with Fifi. I said, Fifi. Yeah, she was doing her thing on Saturday. And let's see. Okay, so let's go to Associated Press. Let me get this out of the corner there. Let's click on to our Associated Press. Remember, I said we're going to try to do more photography. Monday, I'm going to definitely feature Associated Press photos because, one, it will attune you of what's going on in the world outside of the United States. And also you get to see some great photography that will also, let me click on that and get rid of that, close that out. Okay, there we go. Let's start here. Okay. And you can see some great photography and it will inspire you. It will inspire you to take better photos because, again, the photographers at the Associated Press, I do believe, are some of the best photographers in the world. And you can learn a lot by just going through. You just go, again, Associated Press, click on the photography tab, and then just go through the photos. You cannot go wrong. Like, look at this photo. Look at the depth of field. Look at the subject. Look at the colors. And now you say, what is this about? Then you go to the notes at the bottom. Mariana, drag artist, smiles during the annual Rio Pride parade along Copacabana Beach in Rio de Janeiro, Sunday, November 23rd. And then the photographer is Bruna Prado. Look at that. So you get to see what's going on around the world. You cannot go wrong with the Associated Press. Here's another one. Here's another one. This is an aerial. I love aerial photography. And this one is what? Christmas trees are positioned for sale on a meadow in the outskirts of Frankfurt, Germany. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying about you by going through these photos on Associated Press will connect you to the rest of the world. We have enough stuff in the news in America, but you want to be connected to what's going on in the world. And then some of these subjects you can dig into. You can say, oh, wow, you know what? Let me click on that and learn and get more images from there. Well, here's a beautiful photo with beautiful light and shadows. Look at this. Simplicity is beauty. Two seagulls stand on St. Peter's statue in St. Peter's Square at the Vatican. Simplicity. Simplicity. Beautiful. And this is Alexandra Tarantio. And here's another one. This is a more intriguing, somber, like wow, this is happening around the world. These are obviously people that have passed away or were murdered. These are the bodies of unidentified Palestinians returned from Israel as part of the ceasefire deal are buried in Deir Bala, Gaza Strip, Sunday. Adele, Kareem, Hannah. This is sad, moving. When you look at this image, I love how the photographer is getting you this image either in the middle of this activity, because you notice that on the left-hand side are already the buried. On the left-hand side of the photo, again, how do you photograph a story? You get it all in one frame. You can see the whole story in one frame. You can see to the left, again, those that have already been buried. Then you see the ones that are being buried in the moment. And then there's going to be more people getting buried. And it makes you stop and think. It makes you feel. If you don't feel something from this photo, you might want to check your soul, your conscience. But yeah, this is what photography does. Moving right along. But what's going on in the world? Here's another photo when it comes to light and shadows. You know, we talk about light and shadows. I always talk about one of our guys in here, Mike Young, he's part of our community. He's shared shared on our an interview. Light and shadow. There's some people that are this is their genre, finding the light in the darkness. Light and shadows. You don't have to guess what's going on here. But the light and shadow is moving. You see the other person on the left is barely lit, but the woman in the middle, she's right there, dead center. And what we know about center photography, when you put someone in the dead center, it's like a monologue. Armenian worshipers pray during Sunday Mass at the I can't pronounce this one, so I'm not going to try it. Church in Istanbul, Turkey, ahead of the visit of Pope Leo V. Sorry, sorry, the fourth. My bad. And to Turkey. And this is Khalil Hamara. Again, this is how you see what's going on around the world. It's photography. Photography clues you into the rest of the planet. Mourners. Mourners. Women mourn over flag draped coffin of a group of unknown soldiers who were killed during the 1980-1988 Iran War, whose remains were recently recovered from the battlefields during a ceremony called Farewell to Martyrs in Tehran, Iran, on Sunday, yesterday. You can dive in. Here's a racetrack. Love this guy. I can't do this. I haven't done this, but you know who photographs like this? This is Roland's Roland in our community, Anthony Roland. He does sports photography. Takes pictures of cars. Mercedes driver Andrea Kimi Antonelli, Italy, drives during the qualifier session at the Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix auto race on Friday. Look at that, the colors. The only clear thing, or mostly clear, is the car. To catch these images, remember how fast these cars are going. And last but not least, a double rainbow appears behind wind turbines under storm clouds near Cathedral City in California. Again, shadows and light. Once you start learning composition, you'll be able to know these compositions when you see them, when you see the composition. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. What are you guys saying here? Did you guys learn anything? Did you learn anything in going through those photos? And I see Fifi said, Fifi's giving her appreciation. Years to watch Hamilton Jazzy. Okay, got that. And let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, this is great. Right? This is great photography. Right? Hey, Tanja's in the building. What's up, my partner? Martha's Vineyard partner. What's going on? Good morning, my friend, she says. Okay, make sure you hit the likes. Again, make sure you hit the likes. Make sure you hit the likes. And let's see what's going on Instagram. Hello, folks at Instagram. Come on over to our YouTube channel. Okay, and let's see here. What else did I want to share with you today? It's going to be a short one. It's Thanksgiving week. So, oh, Dr. Tachi says, Bryson, that Cynthia Erivo is Igbo. Oh, from Nigeria. I didn't know she was Nigerian, Dr. Tachi. I did not know. Good job. Thank you. That was good information. I did not know that. I know she does live in London, doesn't she? Or the UK, somewhere in the UK. And I think that's it. Okay, so let's go to our Motivation Monday. Like I said, we're moving through here nice and quick today. And let's do that. Let's go straight to Motivation Monday. And then we'll just have the Q&A at the bottom, and we're out. Okay, here we go. Let's go to this wonderful subject. Dip into your soul. Y'all, all that we do is we need our souls. We need to dip deep inside of ourselves to create better pictures, to create better designs, to paint better pictures, to create. So here we go. Let me make sure everything is lined up. Okay, you guys can see it on all the screens. They're on the vertical. You're on the landscape. We're on 2 platforms. If you're in all these other areas, that's right. No politics today. No politics. Politics, there'll be, we have Wednesday. Wednesday is our water cooler day. Even though there was some outbreaking news this weekend, I'm almost tempted to go there with MTG, but I won't. I'm going to leave it alone. I could talk about MTG, but I won't. Let's be motivated. Let's stick with motivation. Okay, here we go. Can you see that? Now, this photo is of one of my favorite artists in Washington Square Park in New York City. And what she does is she paints with her feet with music. So she uses music and she dances with paint on her feet and her hands, and she creates incredible canvas art. And I spent a whole, like, I think it was about an hour or two, photographing her in Washington Square Park and got some of the most amazing images. Anyway, she literally, when I thought of this, when I put this together, I thought of her because she is using what? She is dipping into her soul to create amazing canvas images, or I should say paintings. So here we go. This is the quote. Oh, every artist dips their brush in their own soul. And this week, let's remember, whether it's the click of a shutter, the sweep of a pen, or the shaping of a space, our tools are simply extensions of something deeper. The true source is within us. The true source is within you. Let's start with 1, vision. Your perspective is irreplaceable. No one else can frame the world through your eyes. Can I say, can we linger there a little bit? Can we linger there a little bit? Can we linger there a little bit? No one sees the world like you. No one sees the world like you, like me. We see the world based on our experiences that we've had over the years of living. We see the world differently. You are unique. Your perspective is irreplaceable. So photograph from your perspective and don't be afraid. Paint from your perspective. You will not fail if you do that. Number 2, courage. Dare to reveal what lives inside you, your memories, your questions, your joy. That vulnerability is strength. I find that the things that I'm afraid of, like I used to be afraid to photograph homeless people or people that were maybe down and out in New York City. And I had to overcome talking to strangers. I'll never forget the gentleman I mentioned many times, the gentleman that in Union Square, who I was on assignment to photograph people in the Union Square. And I walked up to him and said, "May I take your photo?" And he said, "No." He said, "No, I am more than a photograph." And then I got curious. Why would he say that to me? Because lots of people have photographed him. He was also featured in a documentary that I did not know until after I photographed him. And he was a survivor of the killing field. You ever heard of the movie The Killing Field? Where in Cambodia, the leader wipes out all the people. They literally just wipe. They go through the village and they kill all of these people. They unalive them. They unalive all these people. and he was a survivor. Long story short, he was adopted. He came to America. He was a refugee. He was adopted by a family that used him, used his story. They abandoned him. He got sick. They thought they were gonna make some money off of him because he was Asian. But then he one of the scrapnel that was enlarged into his head started to sink into his brain, and then he started having epileptic seizures all the time. Then his family discarded him, his adopted family. And then to top it all, he was before this medical condition started happening, he was the valedictorian of Rutgers. He went to school. He was an engineer, college graduate, top of his class, smart as smart can be. I had to learn you know how I learned all of that? By having a conversation. But that took courage. Courage that I had to dig deep down inside to grab hold of to have a conversation. But once, for those that know me, once I engage in conversation, I'm in. But the whole thing was to get him to converse with me. And then we spent probably an hour just talking. So dare to reveal what lives inside you. Your memories, your questions, your joy, the vulnerability is your strength. And we had a conversation. And then while we were having a conversation, then I worked up the courage to say again, may I photograph you while we're talking? And he says, yes, you may. And I got some of the most amazing photos from a person that technically lived in Union Square Park. And his story was phenomenal. Number 3, which you just heard, connection. Connection. We share our soul's imprint. We invite others to see themselves reflected, and community is born. Connection. When we share our soul's imprint, the things that move us, the things that encourage us, the things that make us cry, the things that make us laugh, the things that make us ponder and think about life, those connections give us better art, makes us better creatives. You could be a better photographer if you're totally in lockstep with your soul, your inner being. We invite others to see themselves reflected. And then, like we do here every day, you build community. We build community. We build community because you're in this community. A lot of you bear your soul. You share what's on your heart. That's why this community exists. Next, and not last, but not least. Last but not least. So as this Monday unfolds, lean into your craft with trust. Dip into your soul and let it spill into your work. The world doesn't just need more images. There's a lot of them. People photograph all day. People photograph everything all day long. The world doesn't just need more images or designs. It needs your vision, your courage, and your connection. Let's begin the week not just creating, but soulfully shaping stories that endure. You can find this in our Patreon page, and then that's where this lives. But what says you? What says you? What do you say to this? What do you say? Oh, you guys are silent. Nothing. No Q&A, no conversation, right? But you and I, when we do what we do in life, we must dip into our souls. We must dig deep, as they say, and we will accomplish great things. Okay, let's go to obviously, let's go to, oops, sorry, let me hop there. There we go. And again, if you are a part of this community, you can communicate on our YouTube community. You can post your photography, your text messages, conversations, engage with one another right here on Touch Base Daily Ron Lewis Photos on YouTube. So we have a YouTube community, and now that has been turned on, so you can communicate with each other. You can also post your businesses. You can post your, things that you want people to know about. And also make sure you join the email list, because someday we may not have the internet. We may only have newsletters and connecting through emails. Who knows? We'll see. But get on the email list. Stay connected. Also, I am an event photographer, and I photograph news events, and I photograph family events, corporate events. If you need a photographer, reach out to me. Also, again, as always, we like to thank our Patreon members. We say thank you. And if you want to become a Patreon member and know where all this stuff that we talk about on this platform, you can just scan that QR code and you will be taken to the Patreon page, and you can become a supporter of this community. That is how this community exists and stays alive, is through the contributions, through the Patreon members in our Patreon community. And last but not least, join our YouTube channel if you haven't already. It doesn't cost anything, and you can share what we do. Make sure you like and subscribe. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good, y'all. What do you guys say? What do you got? What's on your mind as we close out? We're closing out. We're closing shop. It's gonna be a quick week this week. Kaz sends up. Thank you, Kaz. Kaz is responding. Yep, no politics. We're not going there. No politics. Okay, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Have a great Monday. Be motivated. Motivate others. Motivate yourselves. And remember, yes, right, we're ending early today, Mr. Antonio. We've been there. We've done it. We've done it. Jazzy sends the flowers. I even mentioned you today, Anthony. I mentioned your type of photography. So there you have it. Unless you have anything else to say, we do have 9 minutes left. If you want 9 minutes, you guys. I know some people get upset when I end it early. They're like, Ron, you ended it early. You ended early. Kelly says, thank you. Thank you. Okay. So again, dig deep into your soul. I'm out of here, guys. Have a wonderful day. Make it a great week. Hannah, feel better. We're praying for you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow, we talk stock photos. Later. Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.